Hi everyone, I recently saw Heather on Bookables, I'll leave a link below for you. She did a TBR shelf and an introduction to how she organises her TBR shelf and how she goes about choosing what she's going to read next. And I thought, wow, that's quite an interesting way of doing it. I thought it was a good idea to actually have all your TBR books in one place. And she hit the grand total of 54 books. And I sat there and thought, I'm sure I can beat that. Not that this is a challenge or anything, but I'm sure there are people who have far more books to read on their TBR list than I've got. But I decided, just out of curiosity, to gather my books together from beside the bed, from the bookcase behind me, and from the sofa arm downstairs, the immediate books on my radar for reading next. So this is my recently aware TBR books. And what's worrying is I filled 4 shelves on this one bookcase here, just doing that. I haven't even tackled the books around the rest of the house that I haven't read yet. That might be another video for another day. So that's my guilty secret. So just a little heads up. This is going to be my TBR and I'm going to show you my books. You might not want to watch all of this, but I'll try and keep it as painless as possible. So starting on the top shelf up here, Princess Bride by William Goldman. The Peculiar Trilogy by Ransom Riggs, consisting of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Hollow City and Library of Souls. Every Heart a Doorway by Sienna Maguire. This is new today, so this has just gone on my TBR. Rowena, the Robber's Daughter by Astrid Lindgren. Again, new today. And 2 Brian Jacks books. These are the final 2 in the Redwall series. I've got the Rogue Crew and the Sable Queen. This is Blade of Lotus by G.H. Mockford. Picked this up from the Game Expo last May. Haven't got around to reading it yet. Moonlocket, the sequel to Cogheart by Peter Mazzell. Voyage of the Slaves, the 3rd book in the Castaways of the Flying Dutchman series by Brian Jacks. And The Rest is History by Jodie Taylor, the currently last book in the St. Mary's Chronicles. Starting this end, A Whole New World, A Twisted Tale by Liz Braswell, retelling of Aladdin. Mistress of All Evil by Sabrina Valentino. Maleficent. Enchanted, book of the film. Beauty and the Beast, book of the film. The next 2 books in the Orcs trilogy, so Legion of Thunder and Warriors of the Tempest by Stan Nichols. I've read book 1, I haven't got around to reading the rest of the trilogy yet. Chronicles of Ixia series by Maria V. Schneider. I've got the 6 books, but apparently there's a trilogy that fits in the middle here, so I'm going to pick that up as well. Right behind me, Margaret Dickinson's Forgive and Forget, MC Beaton, Death of a Dentist, MC Beaton, Death of a Travelling Man, the Inkheart trilogy by Cornelia Funk, Inkheart, Inkspell and Ink Death, which we've just managed to pick up. And then hiding right behind me, A Closed Uncommon Orbit by Becky Chambers. That's a parallel book to The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. I've yet to read this, I will get round to it. And Terror of Dawn, also by Sarah J. Maas. I've come down a shelf for you. I'm going to start over here. I've got an art copy of Furyborn, Ellie Blake's Fireblood, The Beast is an Animal, Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody, The Language of Thorns by Leah Bardugo, and A Plague of Giants by Kevin Hanan. Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness. I've got 3 Dark Crowns and 1 Dark Throne by Kendera Blake. 6 Tudor Queens. Book 1, Catherine of Aragon by Alison Ware. Lady of Hay by Barbara Erskine. The Little Bookshop of Lonely Hearts by Anne Darling. Revenger by Alistair Reynolds. The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. Julia May's Golden Talk. Magician by Raymond D. Feist. And finally on this shelf, Anne McCaffrey's Crystal Singers trilogy. So I have read book 1, Crystal Singer. I'm on book 2, Killer Sandra. I've had this for years. And because the bottom shelf's right down by the floor, I'm going to lift these up and show you. First pile, Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, Winston Graham's Ross Poldark, The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman, Seraphina by Rachel Hartman, Moriarty by Anthony Howitz. I'm actually, halfway through. Wings of Fire by Tootie T. Sutherland, book 1 in a series. And Lockwood and Co. This is The Screaming Staircase by Jonathan Stroud. The Lost Duchess by Jenny Barden. Clan of the Cave Bear by Jean M. Oriole. And Xena Warrior Princess Questward Ho. This is by Rue Emerson. The Maze Runner series. So this consists of The Kill Order, The Maze Runner, The Scorcher Trials, The Death Cure, and they're all by James Dashner. The Wind Singer by William Nicholson. The School for Good and Evil by Shimon Chanani. And The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valentine. Oh, this was sent to me by a friend. This is Doctor Who, The Ghost of Big Ben by Richard Girl. The rest of the first half of the Skullduggery series by Derek Landy. Book 4, The Dark Days. Book 5, Mortal Coil. Book 6, Deathbringer. Oh, one that fits in the middle. This is Tanith Lowe in the Maleficent 7. And I've got book 9, but for some reason not 7 and 8, The Dying of the Light. There, I've emptied the bottom shelf now. That is my immediate TBR list. How many books did I get to? 33 books. I think I might have a problem. That's my immediate TBR. I might do another TBR of just the books around the house that I haven't got around to reading yet. I'll let you know if that's going to turn up or not. Yeah. How big are your TBRs? Your physical TBR piles. How big are they, please? I know people that have like 200 books on their Goodreads wish list, but I mean actual physical books in your house that are staring you in the face. How many have you got? Let me know down below, please. Anything on here you think I ought to get to ASAP, that would be great. As always, social media links in the description box down below. You can find me on Goodreads, Instagram and Twitter. And I have a book blog where I'll probably be talking a little bit more about my outrageous number of books to read. And I will be leaving links to other booktubers and book bloggers also in the description box. Please go and check them out. Let's share the booktube love. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, happy reading. Bye.